finna let people know he was hitting Nip baby mama. You see it's coming out. Because, you know, Cassie and her was best friends. So when
a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell. Well, you're just telling me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there, and what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies, and that, you know, it's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls, and that we continue and continue and continue.
Never ain't know what type of monster he was.
Lauren? No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Yeah, at the studio, finishing up a late night session. We want to just invite
Nipsey Hussle's daughter, Emani, just sent Lauren London into major panic after she exposed Lauren's alleged involvement in Nipsey's death, as well as a supposed freak-off tape between her and Diddy that some people in the industry were blackmailing her with just before Nipsey died. Apparently, she dragged Nipsey into Diddy's camp, knowing very well the mess that was going on there. And just when Nipsey tried to leave, he was taken out. And get this, after Nipsey's death, Emani was given 50% of his estate. But as we speak, Emani and her mama are currently battling Lauren in court because Lauren has reportedly been making some shady moves behind the scenes to get the 50% snatched from her so her son, Cross, can be the sole beneficiary of Nipsey's estate. And remember that freak-off tape I said she was getting blackmailed with? Well, according to Wack 100, he has access to the tape and was actually one of the many people blackmailing her with it right before Nipsey suspiciously lost his life. Girl, every time I think the Diddy rabbit hole can't get any deeper, some crazy info like this pops out and proves me wrong. Now, if y'all remember, people were already side-eyeing that whole story about Diddy allegedly buying a gold casket just weeks before Kim Porter passed, then keeping it in his house like he was already preparing for somebody's death. Like, why would you even have that ready unless you knew something was coming? Well, now folks are saying Lauren allegedly had a very similar eerie moment right before Nipsey passed. And the wild part is, she basically spoke on it herself in an interview after his death. The whole thing came off so creepy that people started looking at her sideways because the timing was just way too strange to ignore. And even though the rumors sounded a bit crazy at the time, everything started to click once she was name-dropped in Diddy's case for being a witness to him mistreating Cassie. You see, Lauren was very close to both Cassie and Diddy at the time, and knew about everything that was going on. But instead of trying to help Cassie get out of that situation, she just joined in. Now, when Nipsey passed, people were already saying something about that whole situation felt off. Like, from day one, the streets were whispering that he may have been set up. But at the time, nobody was really connecting his death to Diddy like that. It wasn't until all this new Diddy mess started coming out that people started looking back like, wait a minute, was there more going on behind the scenes? Because let's be real, Nipsey was not your average rapper. He wasn't just out here chasing fame and flexing jewelry. He was independent, he owned his masters, and he was showing younger artists how to actually build wealth instead of signing their lives away to these big labels. And y'all already know, the industry does not like artists who teach other artists how to stop getting played. Now, y'all already heard all the stories about Diddy allegedly locking artists into bad contracts and eating off their money for years. So somebody like Nipsey, who was moving independent and teaching others to do the same, was the complete opposite of what someone like Diddy would allegedly want in the industry. And this is where Lauren comes into the picture. In an old interview Nipsey did with The Breakfast Club, he said he didn't really know Diddy like that until Lauren introduced them. Now, people are side-eyeing that because Lauren and Diddy had allegedly been close for years. So the question folks keep asking is, why would she push Nipsey into Diddy's circle if she already knew what type of industry games were being played?
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Nipsey was only 33 when he was taken out, and Eric Holder Jr. is currently serving time for it. But many people online do not believe he was the only person involved. Diddy has been accused before of allegedly using other people to do the dirty work while he keeps his hands clean. And then things got even creepier when that Lauren interview with Angie Martinez started going viral. In the interview, Lauren said that before Nipsey died, she had gone to a death seminar to learn about grief. And baby, the people dragged her. Because people were like, why were you learning how to grieve before the man was even gone?
Okay, you have to tell me. You're just telling me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, it's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue. And if you have a spiritual relationship with someone on earth, you will have one with them when you leave earth. So I did this 2-day seminar on death. So.
And this was how long ago?
I had to be 25.
What sent you there? Do you find that weird though?
I'm weird.
No, it's not weird that you would go. It's almost like you were preparing yourself for what you would have to deal with.
Well, I told you I didn't have connection to Earth at a young age.
I know, but you don't find that as you were preparing yourself for what you were going to have to deal with.
Well, that we're all going to have to deal with.
And then people brought up how Diddy wasn't originally involved in Nipsey's career like that. But after Lauren helped connect them, suddenly Diddy was in his life. He ended up being connected to Victory Lap, Nipsey's final album, and people started questioning whether that business relationship was really as innocent as it looked. At the time, people thought Diddy was just supporting Nipsey and showing love. But now that the public is looking at Diddy differently, people are revisiting that whole situation and wondering if the business deal was actually a trap. Some are even saying Diddy allegedly drained Nipsey's energy and used him for something darker. And then Gene Deal added another layer to it when he claimed Nipsey came to Diddy wanting Victory Lap to have the same kind of feel as Biggie's Life After Death. And y'all already know Life After Death was released after Biggie passed, so people started saying there was some heavy spiritual energy tied to that album.
Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah.
Taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as Life After Death. That same feel was that Biggie got and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons because it just might come true.
But it doesn't stop there. Because even after Nipsey's death, Lauren allegedly still kept doing shady things, but this time she is supposedly doing it to his eldest daughter, Emani. You see, prior to his son Cross with Lauren London, he had a daughter, Emani Dior Ascadome, with ex-girlfriend Tanisha Foster. In November 2023, both children were named the sole beneficiaries of his $11 million estate, each receiving a 50% share. Now, we all thought things were great from this point on. I mean, Emani got her cut, and Lauren's son got his too. But no, things got really messy when Imani's mom, Tanisha Foster, filed legal documents claiming that Nipsey's family frequently demonstrated their disdain for Imani's mother in favor of Lauren London. And guess what? Lauren did nothing to stop this. In fact, it was reported that she was in support of their behavior. Apparently, Lauren convinced Nipsey's family to use their financial position and influence to disregard their priorities by controlling the desires of Emani and Tanisha by withholding financial assistance and reducing visitation. And in case you're wondering why Tanisha is even talking about her having reduced visitation, well, it's because right after Nip died, Lauren and Nip's family went to court to obtain guardianship of Emani. They argued that Tanisha was an unfit parent due to a history of substance and alcohol use. Nipsey's sister told the court that in May 2019, just weeks after the shooting, Tanisha allegedly showed up at Emani's school under the influence. Probate investigator recommended that Tanisha not be appointed guardian due to alleged issues with alcohol, being unemployed at the time, and having no stable housing. The investigator also noted that Tanisha struggled with periods of homelessness and refused to identify her boyfriend at the time or any other people she lived with. In October 2019, a judge officially appointed Nipsey's mother, brother, and sister as the legal guardians of Emani. And even though, from the outside, it seems like this was just a battle between Tanisha and Nip's family, word on the street is that Lauren was instigating behind the scenes because she doesn't want Emani or her mama still connected to the family. Now, Emani has not come out to confirm or deny any of this, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from going viral. And things only got worse when Wack 100 stepped into the chat with those freak-off tape allegations. Wack claimed that Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London attended Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, and that he actually saw the tape himself. Wack 100 suggested that Diddy may have played a role in why Nipsey Hussle never married Lauren London.
I told you who the players were in the video, right? I said it's a dude from Louisiana, Nip, and his baby mama, right? You think after all these years, the baby mama wouldn't have stood up and said something if I was bullshit?
Lauren London was in them freak-offs, was she?
Look, I'm gonna be real. So let's look at what we learned about Puffy, what I knew. Let's look at what we learned about Puffy and Cassie. Can we agree that it was no limits to those two?
Yes, they're like no doing limits. A lot of shit.
Okay, so if these two people were already best friends, interacting, right? I can send you photos that Puffy and Lauren London took that they tried to have taken down in the all-white shit, modeling Puffy's glasses and clothing and shit, to where even the crowd, this is after Nipsey died, right? Even the crowd was kind of like, what the fuck is that, right? So it's already a relationship there intact. Now, Puff is living the swinger type lifestyle, right? Okay, so my whole thing is if that's already going on prior to Nipsey, their relationship, it's no doubt in my mind on one of them islands, on one of them jets where they moving around, something went on. And they saying it's tape in there and it's gonna be some leak shit come out. They got all that shit. Now let's cross the street to what I do know. And next time you out here, I'm gonna have my man pull up just so you can put your eyes on the video so people can stop saying I'm just making up shit.
Girl, from the looks of it, people are hinting that Lauren may know more about Nipsey's death than she's letting out. And if this is really the case, she better come out and tell the truth, because Emani takes charge and really pops off on her. One person said, "Lauren always rubbed me the wrong way. She knows where the bodies are buried." Another person said, "Lauren got Nipsey hurt. She's Diddy's plant." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Lauren getting accused of having a hand in Nip's death? And do you really think Emani will be coming out to expose Lauren one of these days? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.